If you're thinking about getting an electric vehicle charging point, I imagine you have an awful lot of questions. Hopefully, in this video, I can answer some of those for you. One thing to check is your supply capacity. So inside your meter box, this may be outside or it may be inside, but you have something called a cutout, which is here. If you're lucky enough, it may have a sticker on the side which will either say 60 amps or 100 amps. Now, if you have a 100 amp fuse, you're absolutely fine. If you have a 60 amp fuse, this is still doable, but we do recommend you have this fuse upgraded to a 100 amp fuse. The next thing is to take a look at your consumer unit. Now at this property, we have an old plastic consumer unit with no spare ways, so it isn't suitable. So in this scenario, what I have done is I've installed a secondary consumer unit which is metal. It also includes surge protection, and this consumer unit is purely for the EV charging point. Now, to be honest, I recommend installing a secondary consumer unit for the EV charging point anyway. I just think it's good practice. Another thing to check is your gas and water bonding. Now what this is an earth cable with a bonding clamp attached to your gas and your water pipes. Now you may have a plastic water pipe coming into your property and that may not need to be bonded. But if you do not have these bonds, then please bear in mind it will be included in the installation as it is required. From the 30th of June 2022, any EV charger installed in England, Scotland and Wales has to meet the Electric Vehicle Smart Charge Point Regulations 2021. The regulations have been brought in to ensure that the electricity network can cope as more electric vehicles are being plugged in. Another thing to check is that you do have a good internet connection at the point where you would like your EV charging point installed. Now if you don't, it's not a problem. We can install Wi-Fi boosters and TP-Links which will get around this issue for you. Another common question I get asked is, can I have my EV charging point installed in my garage as it has a separate supply from my house? Now there's several factors that we need to take into consideration, and the best thing to do would be to give us a call and we can carry out an in-depth survey to ensure that the installation can be carried out safely. Hopefully you have found this video helpful. Please like, follow and subscribe. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.